Tonight I think of my home, the home where I was born. I think of my family and the poor farmhouse we had. There in my home, we had no sophistication.
Could this be the beginning of Nigeria's spring? Could this young lady, a brave TheYouthCorper, be the one that springs Nigerians into action? The answer, my friends, it's blowing in the wind, but I think we're getting there. Hello, everybody. Today you can see that I have 2 of my 8 grandchildren with me. I have 8 grandchildren, 6 boys and 2 beautiful girls. This is, what's your name, big girl?
Gia.
Gia? And what's your name, big
George.
boy? George. What do I call you?
Jorge.
Jorge. Folks, this is what we're fighting for. These little kids is what we're fighting for. These are my 2 beautiful grandchildren. Folks, we have to be serious about this. When we complain about the problem going on in Nigeria, it's not about an old guy like me. I've lived my life. I've enjoyed myself. It's about the young people. It's about the future of these young people. You have 3-year-old girls in Nigeria and you have 6-year-old boys in Nigeria who may never get an opportunity to leave Nigeria and go someplace else. The story I'm about to bring you is about a young TheYouthCorper. That girl could not be more than 22, 23, 24 years old. After everything she's gone through and all the sacrifice she's made, the government wants to gag her and not give her a chance to speak. She came out to talk about her check and how much the check is not enough to buy anything. She also talked about the raise they were promised 11 months ago and they haven't received any money. She went on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram, I don't know which one she went on, and talked about the president and rightfully said that this president is the worst president she has ever seen. Is there any right-thinking Nigerian that doesn't think that President Tinubu is the worst we've ever had, including dictators? Have we ever had this amount of dictatorship in Nigeria, even during the military regimes? And now a lady in the National Youth Service Corps, where the young lady works, called her phone to threaten her and intimidate her, telling her she must pull down that post. Nigerians, let's make sure that girl does not pull down this post. Let's make sure we hold Tinubu's administration to their promise to give these people a raise. People have to talk, and it lifts my heart to see this young lady go on social media to talk about President Tinubu. Because when people like me talk, they say, oh, Fred Nwankwo, he's always talk. When Dele Farotimi talks, or Mayegun, or Aisha Yesufu, they say we talk too much. This is a lady who has not done this before. She's had it to her neck, and she says enough is enough. And folks, enough is enough. Young people, thank you very much. So this is what we have to deal with, guys. We have to start a GoFundMe for this young lady. Somebody needs to identify who she is. Start a GoFundMe for her and make sure she never had. She sounds so intelligent and so articulate that you could tell that if you raise enough money for this young lady, you could tell that she's the kind of strong young woman that can create an organization, start an organization where she can hire like-minded youth, not abusive youth, like-minded, productive, intelligent, nation-minded youth to do the things that people like Farotimi and Aisha Yesufu and myself and Mayegun have been trying to do, but are written off as biased. We now want to see the youth. This young lady is part of the obedient population. I didn't say the obedient movement for the bigots who don't want to hear anything about Peter Obi. This young lady is part of the obedient population in Nigeria who are tired of bad governance, and would like to do what it takes to change it peacefully. But the good thing about it is that the satellite, the world satellite, is now on this young lady and the Nigerian government. And they cannot do anything to her, because if they do something to her, there'll be sanctions that will bring down the government, because the world is watching. America is watching. Britain is watching. France is watching. Russia is watching. Even Ghana and Kenya and Cameroon and Ivory Coast and Benin Republic and Senegal and Uganda, they are watching Nigeria. We have an opportunity here, guys. This may be the Nigerian spring we've been waiting for. I said it in my last video. There are a lot of things going on in Nigeria that are converging in a very good way. We may seem hopeless watching the macho and the braggadocio of Tinubu and Wike and Uzodinma and their fellow gangster politicians. We may seem helpless watching at the power they display with their police and their army and their DSS, their death squads. But the Nigerian spring seems to be springing. We have to take advantage. This young lady is special. Let's rally around her as our rallying point to fight a terrible administration that we need to get rid of.
I think of my family and the poor farmhouse we had.
I've always told the youth to wake up. Here is a youth who has woken up. Let's show them that we appreciate them waking up. Let's do something tangible so that the other youth can be empowered by what this girl did. Now her life may be at risk, but let's make it impossible for them to do anything they want to do to her, because they know that all cameras are on her. Here is the lady. Here is what she posted that got her in trouble. And here is the intimidation phone call that came from her bosses.
So guys, yesterday I made a video talking about the Nigerian government and how terrible President Tinubu is, and I was crying in the video. So 30 minutes ago, I just received a call from the NYSC board, starting with the secretariat before the LGI. And for the secretariat, for the NYSC secretariat, I'm going to attach what she said, some of the things she said, so you guys will hear.
Are you normal?
I wasn't insulting the president, ma. I was only asking for accountability.
Hold down that rubbish you put there.
Ma, are you threatening me?
Hold down that rubbish. You are not talking to your mate.
Did you hear that? Pull down that rubbish. You are not talking to your mate. That's Nigeria. I keep telling the youth, stop standing down for these abusive older people that are nothing but bullies. You don't have to respect them. Respect is for elders who respect themselves. If these people come bullying you in a situation where you are right, you have to stand up for your right. That woman is an idiot, and she needs to be talked to the way that polite you talk to her. Nigeria should be ashamed of people like that working at the Youth Service Corps.
She called me and she was shouting and she was threatening me to take down the video. And in my first mind, I'm like, wait, how did they get my phone number? And then I realized that every TheYouthCorper has to fill a file with your phone number and your address. I'm like, these people actually have my house address and they know where I'm staying. And now they have started calling me first to threaten me. It is so bad that you can't even just pick up about the government because they feel like they have chains to hold you. You're already calling me to threaten me. And this is, I will literally attach what she said so you guys can hear. She was telling me that I was insulting the president. I never insulted the president. I said he's terrible. That is not an insult. It is a statement, and I did not go on and start saying, oh, Tinubu, you're this, you're that. I just said he's a terrible president.
The facts are clear. He is a terrible president. He stole the election he didn't win. He bribed and corrupted the Supreme Court. He goes out spending lavishly on himself. He promises raises he doesn't give. That's exactly what the young lady is talking about. Facts are facts. He is a terrible president.
And it's okay for a government, for a body to identify that, okay, this person is actually terrible at their job. So why is it a problem that the NYC government, NYC secretariat, or NYC board will call me to threaten me? Like, why is that okay that I can't speak up for something that is directly hurting me? Why is it okay that they will call me to threaten me under 24 hours that I made a video? Why can't Nigerians speak up? Why are they holding us in chains? Why do they feel like everything that we do, they have ways to control us? Let me tell you guys something, NYC board or whatever. If you guys have come together and you like, maybe you're not calling me one by one to threaten me, that's fine. You can do whatever you want to do. Because I know that you guys already have plans. The one that this one is calling me, the next person is calling me, that's fine. But now I'm putting it out here so you guys will see and you guys will know. NYC, they have my house address and they started calling me to threaten me. So in case anything happens, you will be very much aware where the problem started, because I did not say anything I shouldn't have said. The Nigerian government are not doing anything about the inflation that is happening, and it's causing us to be very depressed. I am depressed and my bank account is going to zero and I still have to live every day, and I'm asking the Nigerian government to do something about the inflation. And instead of me to get a call and say, okay, we are working on it, I'm getting a call saying that, oh, you're very stupid, why did you do that to Tinubu, take down that video, you did this, you did that. I just want you guys to know that this is what the NYC board are doing, and in case anything happens to me, because they have my address, you guys know who to hold accountable.
Folks, if blood flows through your veins and you tell me you're not teary-eyed, you may really be the devil himself. This is sad. Nothing is going to happen to this young lady. But to ensure that nothing is going to happen to this young lady, every one of you need to get involved. Here is what the young lady said that they are threatening her for. Tell me where she's wrong.
I genuinely feel so overwhelmed, and I feel like if a lot of Nigerians come out and start speaking on what we are actually going through, then maybe changes will be made in the government. Don't you guys think? And this video, I just want to say to our president, I don't know if there have been any other president that is terrible, but you are such a terrible president. It is so hard. So I'm coming from the supermarket where I went to get foodstuffs, and everything has gone up again. It's just like every single week prices increase. I want to know, what is the government doing about this increment? Is there going to be a particular time where prices will stop going up? Is there going to be a particular time where things are going to go back? Guys, why am I going to get a crate of egg and they're telling me it is 6.5? It doesn't make any sense that egg will cost 6.5. Like, I literally can't remember when egg used to cost 800. And I'm so overwhelmed because this is literally my first time doing this adulthood thing alone. This is my first time moving out of my family house. This is my first time living by myself. And not just that, after I left the supermarket and I got home, my security is bringing NEPA bill, and NEPA bill has gone up by 2 times. Like, it's insane. I can't keep up with these bills. I am so overwhelmed and I'm so exhausted. Every single money that I have been making, I'm using it to pay bills. I don't even get to live properly. The craziest thing was, you want to go out to a certain location with your friends, and Uber is about 25,000. Like, even Uber, that we can't even take Uber. It is crazy. Like, why are things so expensive? And let's not even Lagos stinks. Lagos smells like shit. If you say, okay, I want to take a walk, I'm depressed, let me just take a walk, you can't even take a walk. Like, the place smells like crazy. Why does an entire state smell like this? And what is the government doing about the bad smell? Everything is just so overwhelming. You want to start up a business, and now you have to take a loan to start up a business, and the loan, you don't even know if you can actually repay it, because in the business, I don't know, I'm just so tired. Like, why is no one saying anything about it? Being an TheYouthCorper, there's nothing beneficial about this whole NYSC thing. The money I spend on transportation is just more than the alawi the government gives me. Like, it doesn't, I can't keep up. Like, I'm so tired of this bill and I can't keep up. I am overwhelmed and I'm tired, I'm exhausted. It's too much, and I wish that we would start calling the government out heads on. For example, Tinubu, you are a terrible president. Like, what are you doing to help us? What are you doing to help the economy? You are so terrible. I'm so sick and tired of Nigerians acting like we are strong, and they say, oh, Nigerians, we are actually very strong. Oh, no matter how much they increase things, we still chest it. No, it is not cute. We are cowards. That is a cowardly behavior. You don't stand to ask people, oh, why is this expensive? For example, MTN, what the fuck is even going on? Literally, I spent over over like 20,000 on data in a week, and I'm not even joking. 1.5 data cannot even last me for an entire day. I have to do 1.5 like 2 times a day, which is like 3,000 a day. It is too much. Like, what are you guys doing about it? Like, what is happening? I'm tired of paying bills. I feel like I don't have anything. I feel like I don't have any achievement to call my own. Every single time that I work hard, I'm spending it back in the economy to pay bills, and I wasn't created to pay bills. I'm just really tired, and I just want our money to count for something. And when is the government going to actually start working? Because Nigerians are so classist. Everybody now wants to behave as if they are rich. Everybody is faking wealth, but we are ending up being poor because we are struggling so hard to look rich. We're ending up being poor. So I need us as Nigerians to please start calling the government out. We should be tired of this by now. We need to call the government out. Prices need to start one place. Food needs to start one place. The economy needs to start one place. Like, we are tired. It's just too much. The more you work hard to achieve something, the higher it gets. The dream car that I was saving money for has literally gone double. I can't even afford it anymore. Instead, I'm going to use my money to buy to just keep paying bills, and now house rent is double. Like, I am so sick and I'm so tired of this, and I really need the government to intervene because I am so overwhelmed.
Folks, she does not need the government to intervene. She needs us, me and you and the international community, to overwhelm. And I'm counting on every one of you that we're not going to let this young lady down, and we're going to do what it takes to write history by funding this lady. I believe she's really up to something good. 20 years from now, because of what we do today and the weeks to follow, this lady may be the voice of the oppressed in the entire African continent, hiring like minds and youth in her organization to fight the tyranny of leadership in Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is Fred Nwankwo coming to you from our studios in Chicago with another edition of Bold Talk on Island TV. And as usual, good night and God bless.
Tonight I think of my home, the home where I was born. I think of my family and the poor farmhouse we had. There in my home, we had no sophistication. We had no timepiece, the cockcrow and the sun, all we had. Rise early at sunup, we'd go to the farms, drive the monkeys away from the maize farms, and the birds away from the rice farms. Come back home at sundown,